Okay, so welcome back, everyone. It is January 20th, 2025. We have just witnessed President Trump's second inaugural address,
Hmm.
and we're here to kind of take a deep dive into it a little bit.
Yeah.
What did he say? What does it maybe tell us about the next 4 years?
Right off the bat, I think the tone is fascinating.
Okay.
He comes out and declares that this is the dawn of a new golden age for
That's
America.
a golden age, huh? That's well, that's a pretty bold statement, especially considering, all that happened in the first term. I mean, is this, true optimism, or is it some kind of strategy to kind of set the bar really high, right?
It's interesting you say that because it makes me think of, Reagan, Morning in America, FDR, and the New Deal.
Yeah, it's this classic kind of rhetoric, where a leader tries to really paint this picture of a brighter future.
Right.
And, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
And it's not all sunshine and roses, right? I mean, he spends a good chunk of time criticizing past administrations, too.
He uses terms like incompetence and corruption. But here's the thing. He never actually says who he's talking about.
Yeah, it's kind of a way of tapping into, that general feeling a lot of people have of just being frustrated with politics.
Right.
But he can't alienate specific groups of voters, so
Yeah.
it's a bit of a tightrope walk.
Okay, so we've got the stage set. He's kind of told us where we are and where he wants to go. Now, what about how we get there? He really lays out quite a few policy initiatives in this speech.
He does.
Let's start with immigration and border security.
Okay.
He declares a national emergency at the southern border.
Again.
Again.
Right, we saw this in his first term. It allows him to kind of bypass Congress, move money around for border security, but also, probably face some legal challenges.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. And it makes me wonder, how does this fit into this golden age idea?
Exactly.
Is it about protecting America, or is there something else going on? Okay, next up, energy. He is really pushing energy independence, specifically through more oil production here in the U.S.
Which, fits with his America First approach. But it makes you think about, what about the climate agreements?
Yeah.
What about renewable energy?
So it's like he wants to make America this shining beacon on a hill, but also kind of go back to the way things were.
It's a tricky balance.
And while we're on the topic of America First, he also announced that tariffs are coming back to protect American workers and businesses.
Yeah, see, tariffs, they're complicated. They can protect some industries for a while, but they can also make things more expensive for everyday people.
Right.
And other countries might retaliate with their own tariffs. So it's a bit of a gamble, really.
Okay. Then he gets into some social policies.
Okay.
Specifically mentions recognizing only two genders and rolling back some other policies. But he doesn't really say which ones.
Yeah, that's a bit vague.
It sounds like this could be a really controversial area.
Those are definitely some hot button topics.
Yeah.
They're going to spark debate for sure.
All right, let's move on to what I'm calling the moonshot section.
Moonshot, okay.
Because he set some seriously ambitious goals, like planting an American flag on Mars.
Oh.
I mean, it sounds exciting, but is it even possible?
Well, space exploration, it's a big deal for national pride, shows off our technology. But a Mars mission, that's a huge undertaking.
Yeah, it would take years and years,
Yeah,
billions of dollars. And then there's this one that really threw me. He wants to reclaim the Panama Canal.
Oh.
I mean, is that even legal?
That's a really good question. The Panama Canal is super important for global trade. If the U.S. tried to take it over, it would cause huge problems internationally.
It doesn't really sound like something that could happen peacefully.
No, not really.
And yet, after all of this, he ends by calling for unity.
Interesting.
I mean, after such a divisive speech, is he being serious?
Well, a lot of politicians try to, end on a positive note.
Right.
Bring everyone together. But at the end of the day, his actions are going to speak louder than his words.
So where does all of this leave us? I mean, we've got this speech full of bold statements, ambitious goals, and, some pretty controversial stuff.
Definitely.
Is this a new Donald Trump, or is it the same as always? I think we'll have to wait and see. What's he actually going to do?
Exactly.
How will he put these grand ideas into action? So we need to keep an eye on. So thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.